मात्रा स्पर्शात्तु कौन्तेय शीतोष्णसुखदुःखदाः आगमापायिनो नित्याः तां स्थितिक्षस्व भारत. मात्रा स्पर्शास्तु कौन्तेय शीतोष्णसुखदुःखदाः आगमापायिनो नित्याः तां स्थितिक्षस्व भारत. The contacts of senses with objects, O son of Kunti, which causes heat and cold, pleasure and pain, have a beginning and an end. They are impermanent. Endure them bravely, O descendant of Bharata. Matra sparshaha, contact of senses with objects. Tu indeed, Kaunteya, Shitoshna Sukha Dukkadaha, producers of cold and heat, pleasure and pain. Agama-payinaha, with beginning and end. Anityaha, impermanent. Tan, them. Titikshaswa, bear. Bharata, or descendant of Bharata. In this stanza, we will notice that the Lord is addressing Arjuna with two different epithets, as son of Kunti, Kaunteya, and as descendant of Bharata. According to Anandagiri, it is meant to indicate that Arjuna is fit for this great instruction into the spiritual truth, since he is born of a noble mother and has a nobler lineage on his father's side. According to the accepted theory of perception in Vedanta, an object is perceived not by the sense organs but through them. The Indriyas are instruments through which the perceiving ego gathers the knowledge of the various objects. If the perceiver is not actually contacting the objects through the sense organs, the objects as such cannot bring any individual under its perception. That the same object can give two different types of experiences to two different individuals is very well known. The object remaining the same, if it can give different experiences, it is evidently clear that it is because of the difference in the mental composition in the individuals. It is also observed that objects of one's intense fancy during a certain stage in our life by themselves become a nuisance to the same individual after a time. For as time passes on, the mental constitution of the individual also gets changed. In short, it is very clear that the external objects can convey their stimuli to the level of our experience only when our minds come in contact with the objects through the sense organs. He who can understand that the objects of the world in the flux of change should come and go, should come to exist and disappear to perish, shall not allow himself to be tossed about by the existence or non existence of the finite things of the world. In the flood of time, things and incidents, circumstances and environments flow up to our present form, the unknown future, to give us vivid experiences of varied intensity, and they, in their very nature, cannot remain permanently but must of necessity pass on to become one with the entire past. Nothing can remain the same, even for a short period, in the world of objects where change alone is the changeless law. Having understood this finite nature of the changeable objects of the world, wherein every one of them has a beginning and an end, at no occasion need a wise man despair at the things that are or at the things that are not, heat or cold, success or failure, pain or joy. None of them can be permanent, since every situation of its own nature must keep on changing. It would be foolish to get ourselves upset at every change noticed. The wise thing would necessarily be to suffer them meekly with the comfort and consolation of the knowledge of their finite nature. It is the attitude of the wise to go through the life both in joy and sorrow, success and failure, pain and joy, with the constant awareness that even this will pass away. The external world of challenges is finite inasmuch as they have a beginning and an end. Not only that, Krishna adds, they are impermanent by their very nature. By the term impermanent used here, the Lord means that the sense objects, apart from being finite, are impermanent inasmuch as the same object which gives pleasure at the moment starts yielding pain at the other moment to the enjoyer. This inconsistency is indicated by the term anitya used in this stanza. So a leader keeps this in mind, I feel. They need to know how impermanent things are and constantly be in a state of balance and endure things without feeling frustrated at some point or without feeling too happy. If we remember this truth, then we will, as leaders, be in balance and we'll be able to guide through our situations much better.